Exodus chapter 38. He made the altar of whole burnt offerings out of acacia wood. It was 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide, that is to say, square, and 3 cubits high. At its 4 corners he put horns, the horns being of one piece with it, and covered it with bronze. He made all the altar vessels, pans, shovels, sprinkling basins, forks, fire trays. He made all the vessels for the altar out of bronze. He made a grating for it of bronze network, which he set under the ledge below, so that it reached halfway up the altar. He cast 4 rings and fixed them on the 4 corners of the bronze grating to hold the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and covered them with bronze, and placed them through the rings on the sides of the altar for carrying it. He made the altar hollow out of boards. He also made the bronze basin and its bronze stand from the mirrors of the women who served at the entrance to the tent of meeting. He made the court. For the southern side of the court, facing the south country, there were 100 cubits of curtains of fine twined linen. Its 20 posts and their 20 bases were of bronze, and their hooks and connecting rods were of silver. For the northern side there were 100 cubits of curtains. Its 20 posts and their 20 bases were of bronze, and their hooks and rods were of silver. For the western side there were 50 cubits of curtains, carried on 10 posts set in 10 bases, with their hooks and connecting rods of silver. 50 cubits too for the eastern side facing the sunrise. On one side of the gateway there were 15 cubits of hangings, carried on 3 posts set in 3 bases. On the other side there were 15 cubits of curtains, with their 3 posts and their 3 bases. All the curtains enclosing the court were of fine twined linen. The bases for the posts were of bronze, and their hooks and the rods at the top were of bronze. The tips of the posts were of silver and had rods of silver. The screen for the gateway of the court, the work of a skilled weaver in checkwork, was made of purple, violet, and crimson wool and of fine twined linen. It was 20 cubits long, and along the width of it 5 cubits high, like the curtains of the court. Its 4 posts with their 4 bases were of bronze. The hooks for the posts were of silver, like the plating at the top, and like their connecting rods. The pegs for the tabernacle and for the court enclosure were of bronze. Here is the account of metals used for the tabernacle of the testimony. The account drawn up by the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest, as Moses had ordered. Bezalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord had commanded Moses. His partner was Oholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, engraver, designer, embroiderer, in purple wool, of violet shade and red, in crimson wool, and fine linen. The amount of gold used in the work, the entire work for the sanctuary, this was gold consecrated by offering, weighed 29 talents and 730 shekels, weighed according to the official temple standard. The silver collected when the census of the community was taken weighed 100 talents and 1,775 shekels, weighed according to the official temple standard. A census of all those of 20 years and over was made. There were 603,550 men. Each of them paid a small silver coin worth half a shekel according to the official temple standard. The 100 talents of silver were used for casting the 100 bases for the sanctuary and for the veil, a talent for each base. With the remaining 1,775 shekels of silver He made the hooks for the posts, the plating for their tops, and their connecting rods. The bronze consecrated by offering amounted to 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. And with this he made the bases for the entrance of the tent of meeting, the bronze altar with its grating of bronze, and all the accessories for the altar, the bases for the enclosure of the court, those for the gateway to the court, all the pegs for the tabernacle, and all the pegs for the court enclosure.